This is one of the best lead outs you will see this year, a one-woman show from further than 2 kilometers out. This was the Dubai Police Academy to HBM Smart University stage. We go through the outskirts of Dubai, through a lot of the developments. It's pancake flat, and because it's quite built up, there's no significant risk of crosswinds. There's too much road furniture. It's very fast, still very big roads. The finish, though, is a right in the last 3 kilometers, and it's a bit twisty. So it's a bit of a technical finish, as these finishes go in the UAE Tour, but the breakaway actually got a gap today, and because it had more than 3 riders, it took away all the bonus seconds. So the Peloton did have a very chill day, which can be a bit dangerous, as we saw with Amaury crashing yesterday. There's still speed bumps, but otherwise, yeah, pretty chill day in the Peloton. No one really wanting to do anything to stop Lanterne Rouge winning the stage. In fact, like we've seen for the previous couple of years, teams will actively work to make sure that Lanterne Rouge does, in fact, win the stage. So Movistar tried something, UAE and EF brought that back. Then FDJ did try to counter, which was pretty cool. To the left-hand side, they got followed, and there was no split, and then everyone settled down again to ride it in for the sprint. So really big roads for the final sprint. Getting the timing right is really tricky. There was a few crashes. Trinka Colonel goes down in the first one in the touch of wheels. She was very strong, won Ardèche last year, one of the best GC riders in the world at the moment. She'll probably top 10 the Tour de France, I'd say. Lanterne Rouge is obviously in the leader's jersey after winning the sprint comfortably yesterday, and she has not her full train, she says, just Guarici, but not her full stacked lead out that she might expect. So 5Ks to go. No one's really hitting the front with much conviction yet. When are you going to hit the front? I mean, Visma come from the back, 3.4Ks to go, almost too early, because then Human Powered Health wave over. UAE, not as dominant as their lead out yesterday. They were maybe a bit early. They're all out of sorts. And so Gillespie doesn't get put in the same spot. They try to recover it on the right-hand side. 2Ks to go, though. I want to highlight Guarici. She pilots Vibas through this peloton herself for the next 2 kilometers. And it's a masterclass, I'm telling you. There's crashes, there's a few fast right-handers where you've got to be in position. There's even a split in the last 600 meters that she has to sew up when Franziska Koch on FDJ does a really smart move with her lead out. And AG Insurance and FDJ, they were the quickest on the left-hand side. They get it right there with 1,500 meters to go. Guazzini was their best place today, actually. Maybe they were trying to drop the wheel, and that was their plan, to let Koch go up the road. But Vibas is being piloted through. We do have another crash, which involves one of the big race favorites coming up. But there's a right-hander. You can't see it in shot right now. Alison Jackson, she gets squeezed from the left and then from the right as Guarici clears space to her left. So Jackson gets chopped, and then that has a domino effect. The Faso Bordelot riders go down really hard. But we see number 111, Marlon Reusser, the leader of Movistar, and we've got a big GC stage coming up on Jebel Hafid. She goes down, she gets back up. Now, the 3K rule does apply, so she doesn't lose any time, but you don't want to be crashing. As I always say, it's not good to crash on tarmac if you can avoid it, but that really affects some of the lead-out trains. There's less to wash over, and so FDJ take really good control. And look where Guarici is. She's got Vibas in her pocket, still waiting. She's under the Flamme Rouge. We got a chicane and a bit of a narrowing coming up shortly. And in fact, problems arise. Like yesterday, Vibas could have got boxed in. Well, she was boxed in. I think she probably should have been relegated, at least to change the result a little bit. We've got this right-hander here, and then FDJ played, I think, perfectly. This is a good plan to try and beat Vibas. She doesn't have the full lead out. Koch looks behind her. She full sends it. Maybe there's a split. Maybe the UNOX rider decides, I'm not going to close it because, I don't know, I'm just not, or can't. Unfortunately for Koch, she does close it, 500 meters to go. Guarici's still in front of Vibas. Look where Vibas is. And credit to Vibas as well. Maybe the reason she never loses sprints is because she also just never panics. And I guess it's easier not to panic when you know you have way more power than everybody else. But still, Guarici closes this gap. And not just that. I mean, it would have been enough, I think. I thought she was going to drop Wiebes off here and then Wiebes can sprint from the back. But she doesn't just do that. She then comes past that group, past the Uno X rider, and then drops Wiebes off into the slingshot of Franziska Koch with like 200 meters to go. And, that's all she wrote. So unbelievable lead out from Gorishi into the slingshot, sprints into the draft of Koch, and Wiebes wins by a million bike lengths. So, yeah, Gorishi, magic work today. Yes, Wiebes is the fastest, but it also helps when you had the best lead-out rider, well, outside of maybe Franziska Koch. I think if Wiebes had the lead-out from Koch and was on her wheel, she would have won by more, but Gorishi was also pretty good today as well. Consoni coming second, Veenhoven coming from behind with speed taking out third. But what do you think will happen on Jebel Hafid in a couple of days? Do you think Royce will still be able to compete? I hope so, because she was in crazy good form last year. Here's what Wiebes had to say after the stage.
Yeah, I mean, today it was actually scared in the final. It was big chaos, so first I was not sure if I was able to sprint.
What happened with your team? Did you lose your train sometimes?
Yes, I lost. It don't happen so many times, but that I lose Barbara as a last lead out. But now it happened a couple of times, and because we went so slow in the last 20 kilometers, and then in the last 5 kilometers everybody was full gas, and we went from the big road to the small road, and there was a lot going on.
You always win the Dubai stage, but the finish location was different today. Did it also change your tactic?
Yes, we aimed for the corner on 1.5 kilometer or 1.2 kilometers to go, but we were totally not in position there. And then also not in position going into the last 600 meters with the corner. But I keep on trusting Barbara in that case, and that was the most important, that we stayed together. And at the end, we came to the front, and I started my sprint early, but it was enough.
Tomorrow we have the Abu Dhabi Breakwater Sprint, which was, the scene of the best performance in cycling last year, Tim Merlier's victory. Wiebes going to go 3 in a row, most likely. See you then. Ciao, ciao.